I'm embarrassed that I'm even doing this review, but I have a channel now, so let's talk. I genuinely hate that I'm so invested in this show. Now, before we get started, quick background on me. I hate reality TV shows. I think they're so stupid. I mean, I used to love them until I realized that most of them are fake. I grew up with Flavor of Love and all those shows in the VH1 dating universe. Jersey Shore was my favorite. I always watched The Real World, even though I would still love to be on The Challenge one day. I heard about Love is Blind years ago when it first started, and so many people were like, Nick, this is so great. You need to watch this. Someone took the time to explain the concept to me, and I was like, it's no way someone could be this stupid. So I went home, I scrolled Netflix, I saw the trailer, and I couldn't believe it. So I started watching, and for some reason, I couldn't turn it off. I like the show so much that I even applied to be on it because they're trying to film a season in DC. I don't think I got selected though, because I haven't heard anything yet. I'm ugly. But this season was one for the books. Now with this cast, for the first few episodes, I thought this was going to be one of the weakest seasons in the show's history, but damn, they turned it around quick. This season was such a mess that even the reunion had its issues. So my plan right before the show was to hit the grocery store, get some food, but everything went wrong for me. I didn't get home until 8:40, so I get home, I'm pissed off, I cut on Netflix, and then this stupid screen popped up. I thought maybe the show started and then they had issues. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, did somebody get in a fight or something? But then I checked Twitter and saw that everybody was dealing with this the entire time. Someone at Netflix definitely got fired that night. They even had those bums over at Hulu laughing at them. I'm gonna lump this entire season and the reunion together, so let's break down these couples, and let's start with the most boring one. And boring in this case is a good thing. Everyone's favorite, Brett and Tiffany. In almost every TV show, movie, video game, whatever, usually I root for the black people. I love Tiffany and Brett immediately. Like, they're so good as a couple. They make me feel like I need to get my life together. From start to finish, they were great together, but Tiffany did have me nervous at one point because she was getting in her own head and I thought she was gonna mess things up. They were so good together that the production crew seemed like they were struggling to give them a controversial storyline. Like, just think about it. Their biggest issue was that Brett's pants were too big. You can say Tiffany falling asleep, and look, Brett is a lot more mature than me. That man showed me that I have a lot of growing to do. I'm a very petty person, and if she would have fell asleep on me when I was sitting there and I was pouring out my heart and my soul to this woman, I would have packed my bags and been out of that building by the time she woke up. And the fact that she got woken up by Chelsea and they started singing Daddy's Home by Usher, one, that's a great song. Two, that was one of the most funny and randomest things I've ever seen in my life. I forgot they was even at the reunion. I mean, it was nothing to really talk to them about. People watch these reunion shows for the drama. Now let's talk about Zach and Bliss. God damn, she fine. Bliss is beautiful. Bliss seems like a nice person. Bliss seems like she's book smart, and I still can't believe she went through with it. This is what I be talking about when I say these people are either really crazy or these type of shows are fake. You baked this man cupcakes in a pod and he still picked the devil over you. He proposed to another woman, went to Mexico with another woman, broke up with her, ran back to you, proposed to you, and you still said yes in a matter of a few weeks. And compared to the other people on the show, Zach and Bliss spent less time together. And don't get me wrong, because I'm actually happy that they did work out, because I was defending Zach pretty early in the show. Yes, Zach is awkward. Yes, the eye staring is jarring. But the way he was being talked about, he ain't deserve that. I felt so bad to see the way that the other castmates were talking about him behind his back. Like, he seems like a good dude. He's just socially awkward. Nobody deserves to go through what Irina put that man through, and I'm glad Zach called her out on the reunion and said that she was only there to get famous, because I feel like after the first season, it's pretty clear a lot of people are. It seemed like every time things were going well for the couple, Bliss would get upset and then she would get angry and mention the past, and rightfully so. I'm still really surprised that she said yes, but I guess some people don't mind being player two in people's lives. You could have been number one in mine, Bliss. I never had a girl bake me cupcakes before. And I'm 1,000% sure that Bliss only dates white dudes. Kwame and Chelsea. Jesus Christ. If this relationship wasn't spoiled on the internet for me, I would have been completely shocked. No way in hell did I think Kwame was gonna say yes to that woman. The African community has not been well represented on this show, especially with SK being a complete piece of shit to that beautiful woman Raven, allegedly. The way Micah had this man giggling by the pool had me yelling at my TV, like, bro, what are you doing? Your girl is right there. The entire season, he kept saying how much he loved Chelsea more than Micah. but she was your second choice, bruh. The whole show, it seemed like he was being forced by Chelsea to just go along with things, and I'm not trying to make him sound like a victim. He gave me the same vibes that Colleen gave me last season, I think that's her name. Like, blink twice if you're in danger. Chelsea seems like a nice person, but she seems like one of those people that really wants to get married. It felt like regardless, she wasn't leaving that show without a husband. And she didn't go hard enough for me. To see your fiance talking to another woman that you know he likes by the pool, and it seemed like a long time on TV, so I can only imagine what it felt like actually being there based on what the people around them were saying. The look on Kwame's face during his own wedding is the face of a person who looks like he made the wrong decision. That entire last episode, after Kwame said yes, his energy just felt so off. Like, he's stuttering over his words, Chelsea standing there, she's smiling ear to ear, and Kwame's just kinda there. But maybe I'm wrong. At least publicly it seems like they're doing fine, and I love, so wishing them the best. Let's discuss Micah, Paul, and Irina. Paul absolutely dodged a bullet. I feel like on TV shows like this, we should take everything we see with a grain of salt. I mean, they have hours and hours of footage, and they cut those down to hour-long episodes. I don't know what we didn't see behind the scenes, but I was surprised they didn't work out. Outside of the friend situation, it seemed like everything was going pretty good. Both sets of parents seemed happy with who their child was marrying. Paul and Micah, from what we did see, seemed like they were working well together. And in this season, every time you thought you saw the most evil person in the world, they just kept topping it. Irina seemed like the worst person in the show's history for laughing at other castmates while they were crying, and always putting down Zach whenever she had the chance. And then you meet Micah's friend Shelby, who's the hater of the year, and then here comes Jack. We'll get to her later. Micah really needs to do a better job at picking friends. I mean, gravitating towards someone like Irina, Shelby seems like the biggest hater in the world who just disguises it as love, and then you have this random chick in the Paul wedding video. Now, I know what I saw, and I tried to give Paul the benefit of the doubt, but to me, it looked like what it looked like, so I don't know. He didn't really give the best answer at the reunion, but we'll never know. I've met so many women like Shelby in my life, and usually they're either really jealous of the person that they're defending, or they're secretly in love with them. Her laughing when Paul said no at the altar is one of the most trash things I've ever seen from someone considered a so-called friend. Paul and Micah revealed that after the show they tried dating, it still didn't work, and I'm not a woman, but I can only imagine that being told I can't see you as a mother has to hurt like hell. Jackie, Marshall, Josh. Irina jumped out to her early lead as the worst character of this season, and then we meet Micah's friend Shelby, who we can all agree, trash. And here comes Jackie. And not only is Jackie maybe the worst character of this season, she might go down as the worst character in the entire show's history. And we saw a crazy woman give her dog wine. I feel bad because Marshall seems like a good dude, but I'm not an emotional person, and I feel like me and him wouldn't get along at all. He just seems like one of those people that are too nice. I don't know if he's desperate or if he just wanted camera time, but at least to me, it seemed very clear early on that they weren't right together. Jackie looked like a complete lunatic the first time we saw her in Mexico when she had that mental breakdown. People are arguing over the term project, and I see where he's coming from. I met so many birds like Jackie in my lifetime. She's a grown woman who went on a show to get married, and she said, "You're not toxic enough for me." And here comes this douchebag named Josh. I 100% felt Marshall at Chelsea's birthday party when Josh was being a complete dick. I saw some women confused by this, so I don't know if it's a guy thing, but the reason Josh was grabbing Marshall like that at the birthday party, it's a power play. Josh is grabbing Marshall like that because non-verbally he's saying, "You're not going to do anything. I know you're not going to do anything," and he's basically wishing that he does. Josh is like a fighter or a wrestler or something like that. I saw women making fun of his ears and they don't even know what that means. This is why women be putting their men in danger. I still don't get why Marshall decided to go shop for suits when he knew damn well him and Jackie wasn't working out. But when I saw her and Josh get coffee and they ended the episode with them kissing, I almost threw my remote at the TV. So then we all see them have their fight, and once they officially break up, Marshall asks for the ring back, and then Jackie refuses. For the women watching this, is there a reason why you would even want to keep the ring in that situation? I mean, I guess outside of pawning it. If I'm Marshall, I'm telling the producers, either y'all get the ring, I'm gonna call the cops to get the ring, or I'ma get the ring. To be fair, and in Jackie's defense, Marshall allowing her to keep the ring and not even put up a fight to get it back, it's kind of what she was talking about. If you've ever seen the movie Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser, Marshall's like the extreme sensitive guy who gets left for the asshole character. We learn at the reunion that Jackie and Josh are still together and she still has the ring. If I was her new man, I would have been told her to get rid of that. So Josh and Jackie are living happily ever after, and then we see online some text messages leaked that are allegedly from Jackie, and she's basically calling Marshall gay because he's a nice guy. Completely uncalled for. Then we learn at the reunion that Jackie and Marshall got into an argument, and Marshall told Jackie that she basically has a very strong jawline and that she might have been a man in the past. And then on top of that, Jackie looks even more like a clown for skipping out on the reunion. She was one of the main reasons that myself and a lot of people even tuned in. If Irina had the balls to sit on that stage and face that criticism, she could have did the same. If it was a health or family reason, I completely understand, but at least from what I read, it seemed like Josh and Jackie just simply declined. Online, it seemed like people had a major issue with how Vanessa and Nick handled the reunion. I didn't really care that much. I do feel like Vanessa went way too easy on Jackie with everything that was going on, especially with her deciding not to show up. And then they showed the spawn of Satan himself, Bartise, who's making the light-skinned community look bad. I'm disgusted with how invested I am in this show. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. What were your thoughts on this season, and why does everyone seem to hate the host? Let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, love you guys. Tell someone you love them. I don't care what you say. Love is not blind. See you in the next life.